Hello learners, welcome to the wonderful world of English language classroom. Learners, how are you? Your friends, all in the family. Hope everything is fine with you. Learners, this is language for purposes, functional English. Here we learn to use language for purposes to function in society, in academic and professional settings. What do they mean? Social settings, academic and professional settings. We use language in our day-to-day communication, interaction with our siblings at home, parents, and with friends and teachers in the classroom, in school. This is language for day-to-day purposes in social settings, of course, school settings. In the professional and academic setting, we use language to interact with our colleagues in an office or in a classroom, interaction with the teacher and writing an article. So, that is what we call it, language for social and professional and of course academic purposes. In the first episode, we have seen how friends greeted each other, one another. Mega, Swati and Prasin, they met and they greeted, hello, how are you? Those kinds of things, we have seen that. Learners, in this episode, we will learn how a person greets his or her acquaintance. Okay, and the question is, who is an acquaintance? The acquaintance is a person who you know. How do you know? Your close person, like a relative. Relatives and acquaintances are slightly different. So, here Mega meets her acquaintance Swati, or vice versa, Swati, her acquaintance, after some time, they greet each other. I said this is language for purposes. We learn to use the English language in our day-to-day purposes and also in academic settings. You watch it. As you watch, let me suggest you something. Just notice how they use language to greet and other purposes here. Keep watching, and I will come to you when you have watched to draw your attention to some of the words and phrases which Mega and Swati used in their interaction, in their conversation. Watch it.
Hey Swati, how are you doing?
How have you been, Megha?
I'm fine. What about you?
How long has it been since I last saw you?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in ages.
When was the last time when we met each other?
I think it is more than 6 months.
Yeah, I have been busy. You also must have been busy with some work?
Nothing much, just regular work, but I did lot of reading.
That's interesting. I do read, but not as much you do, Megha.
That's fine. Everyone has their preoccupation, right? Leave it. Tell me, what have you been busy with?
I have got a new job, and it is taking too much of time to adjust to the new place.
That's great, but it's quite natural in new place. I thought you moved out of the town.
No. This new job is very interesting. What about you? So much preoccupation with the work?
Nothing new. I joined a course on personality development.
Personality development? That's interesting. We should do such courses. It helps us to refine our personal and professional lives.
Yeah, that's true. So, what about your family and your brother?
All are fine. My brother has just completed his graduation and he is planning to do masters from abroad.
That's great to hear. He's a bright fellow.
Yeah. What about your family and your sister Sunita?
All are fine. She is taking up a job this year.
Fine, that's great. She would do well. I know her.
I feel so good to see you, Swati, after so long.
Same here. I feel so happy and good to see you, Megha.
Drop in sometime?
Yes, definitely. I think you have my contact number. Call me whenever you find time.
Sure, Swati, I will. You also call me, okay?
Sure.
I shall leave now. I have class.
Okay. Take care, Megha.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Take care.
Learners, how was the dialogue between Mega and Swati? They have demonstrated how a person can greeting an acquaintance. So, what were the phrases, what were the words, what were the constructions Mega used, and how Swati reciprocated. So, Mega asked, how are you doing, Swati? Swati asked, how have you been? I'm doing well, fine. Look at those usages.
Hey Swati, how are you doing?
How have you been, Megha?
I'm fine. What about you?
This is how informally you greet a person who you know, your acquaintance. Then they moved on to ask about their well-being. What were you doing? How were things? I couldn't see you for some time. Then at last they said, okay, take care.
How long has it been since I last saw you?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in ages.
When was the last time when we met each other?
I think it is more than 6 months.
Learners, this is how a greeting can happen between two acquaintances, two people who know each other, but of course they are meeting after some time. Please notice it. If you want, you watch it again, then learn how to greet an acquaintance.
I have been busy. You also must have been busy with some work.
Nothing much, just regular work, but I did lot of reading.
That's interesting. I do read, but not as much you do, Megha.
That's fine. Everyone has their preoccupation, right?
Fine learners, there is some task for you. When you meet somebody like that, try to greet and ask about the well-being and how are they doing. Mind you, use very informal kind of emotion and language. We have seen in the first episode how friends greet each other, one another, three people when they meet. Then in this episode we have seen how to greet an acquaintance.
I feel so good to see you, Swati, after so long.
Same here. I feel so happy and good to see you, Megha.
Drop in sometime.
Yes, definitely. I think you have my contact number. Call me whenever you find time.
Sure, Swati, I will. You also call me, okay?
Sure,
Fine.
sure.
I shall leave now. I have class.
Okay. Take care, Megha.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Take care.
Keep conversing, dialoguing in English language and also in our mother tongue, and we will come to you in episode 3.